Hello folks, we're back. This time we're back on the original Assetto Corsa, and I thought what I'd do, because it's the British Grand Prix this weekend, is I would do 3 generations of F1 car going around Silverstone, and just feel the difference. So I did one after another with the car you see just now, the Lotus 98T, as driven in 1986 by Ayrton Senna. Turbocharged monster, but very difficult to drive, full manual gearbox. The wonderful F2004, as driven by Michael Schumacher, and with that wailing V10 engine, my absolute favourite. And the 2017 Kimi Räikkönen Ferrari 1.6 turbo hybrid, with all the fancy DRS and electronics. So we'll do one at a time. And I'll talk you through the lap, talk you through my experiences. These are not meant to be hot laps, by the way. These are because I limited myself to just 10 laps per car just to get a lap in, crashes or otherwise. So one of the laps is good, no surprises for guessing which one. The other 2 are frankly very pedestrian. But it was really more to highlight the differences in the generations of cars and how I felt at the time. And it was just a bit of fun as well to do one after the other. So start off here with a 98T. Absolute monstrous car, this one. So very, very little downforce generated with the bodywork and the wings and stuff. A lot of it was mechanical grip. Huge turbocharger. So I've got the turbocharger set to full 100% boost, so 5 bars of boost. I've got it set on qualifying tyres, and I've just, for the sake of this, I turned engine damage and tyre wear and all this stuff off, because you wouldn't run qualifying tyres lap after lap, and you wouldn't run, with an engine damage or anything like that, because on full boost you'd probably just, you'd blow the engine probably. But I'm also running I switched my wheel over for this one, so I'm running a full round wheel, full H-pattern gearbox with clutch. So this is, and I've turned the force feedback up as well to try and get a bit more authenticity to it. It's a big challenge to go quickly in this car. You may have seen I've already missed a few gear changes as well. That is, the pitfalls of the manual gearbox. But this is a huge challenge. You'll see I short shift out of corners. The tail is very tail happy. I am by no means good in this car. I have raced it a little bit around Brands Hatch. I did a challenge with a friend where we tried to get as close to the Ayrton Senna's qualifying time as possible. So I've got a little bit of experience in this car, but not a huge amount. It's just an enormous handful to drive in this configuration with a full manual gearbox. A lot of pedal work. My pedal work leaves a lot to be desired. You've got to really master heel and toe braking to be quick in this car, and I have not got that skill set. I am going to practice it, but I haven't got that skill set. So there we are, round the thing here. I think I do a 148. I think that's terrible, but I think this car could easily do a low 40s. But that's not the point of today. It was good fun. And now we jump on to the V10 Ferrari. Now, as you know from previous videos, this is my absolute favorite car, and I have driven this a lot here. So what you're about to see here is actually not intended to be a fast lap, but turned out to be actually a very fast lap by my standards. This is, I just love this car. It just suits everything I like to do. So you can immediately see there's a huge difference in grip levels, and just the noise. And I'm back on my formula wheel, so I switched the wheel straight back. So we're back on paddle shifting, and sort of left foot braking and stuff like that. So we've shifted over, and it just is so good. I just can't explain to you how this feels. But there's so much more aerodynamic grip compared to the Lotus. It's very different to the car you'll be seeing next, and it's not got anywhere near as much aero grip as those cars. But I think, in my opinion, it's the perfect balance between aero, mechanical grip, power, particularly naturally aspirated V10 power, so no turbocharger, and pure drivability. You really have to work at this car to maximize the speed, and you've got just enough aerodynamic grip and just enough mechanical grip to really wrestle a time from the car, and that for me is what makes it so enjoyable. it is the ultimate in sort of, you know, oh, almost lost it there going around Stowe, right on the limit. But as you can see from the delta, I'm 1.6 seconds up on my previous best time. This was lap 6, so it took me a few goes to get readjusted after the 98T, but yeah, we got going, and yeah, this was a pretty spicy time. I think this is actually one of my personal bests, a low 32, a 32.4. So yeah, happy with that. And now we move on to the 2017 turbo hybrid era, as modern an F1 car as I have available on console in Assetto Corsa. There are modern ones available on PC, but you know, we don't have that because we're the poor second cousin. So yeah, this is very different. I've driven this for approximately 1 lap around Spa, but immediately when you first drive it, you feel how much grip this car has aerodynamically compared to the other one. Terrible bit of braking there. This requires you to drive very differently, actually. Well, I found anyway, to really maximize the grip and maximize the sort of efforts in the corners. And, you know, right out the gate, I was poor. I was slow. I really couldn't get to grips with it. But I will say, I am on all these cars, I'm running stock setups. Only thing I changed was the boost, and I put the battery mode here into hot lap mode to give it sort of maximum sort of ERS charge on the way round. And that's the only thing I did. I think this car, you've got to be so precise because of the aerodynamic grip. You've got to be so precise to get speed with it. And I think this car, more than any of the others, would benefit from real setup work. And I think if you nail the setup work in this car, I think you would find bucket loads of time. And also, my driving ability is, or my driving style is not well suited out of the gate for this car in particular. So yeah, I think I might actually put some time into this because this is obviously the most modern Formula 1 car. Moving into the new Assetto Corsa and the new things, this is likely to be sort of the more commonplace type car to drive. So I'm going to probably put a bit more time into it. But yeah, there we are. Really, slower than the V10 Ferrari. How bad's that? But I think there's more time, a lot more time to come. I think you can get into the 20s with a proper setup. So I hope everyone enjoys the British Grand Prix this weekend, and that is a look at 3 different generations of cars going around Silverstone.